Final thoughts on the halftime breakdown.
That was a great conversation. You and your brother are so cute. Just like so cute. I thought you and your mom were so cute, but now I see you and your brother. I'm like, he is the hip hop head, and it was really interesting to get a third mouth to tell us things that we probably weren't paying attention to. Now I have to go back and watch it. Mm-hmm. For you, what did you make of the conversation, since you really were enthralled with the whole thing?
Yeah, I love how, because we're two different levels as far as knowing what's up with Kendrick. Like you're like next level, I'm like basic level. So he was able to speak to both of us, and I think that's really important because like there's a lot I don't know. I grew up around hip hop, but you know, he was so illuminating on like, you know, why some of the opinions I had are okay. It's like, it's okay to feel this way or that way, or like only know pieces of it. It doesn't mean you're not a part of the conversation. So that was really, really cool.
And I think that was something that even Kendrick was, even from what he was saying when we were talking about what is his message, and he's almost basically saying the same thing. It's about us all coming together, because regardless of what we look like on the outside, we all still bleed blood. Red, sorry, on the inside.
Well, I was wondering a lot about, because he's like, you got the right, what is it? But the wrong guy. You got the right.
Yeah, you have the
right message.
Right message with the wrong guy.
And I've thought about that so much. I'm like, that could mean a gazillion freaking things. But I think at the end of the day, like when I try to process that after this conversation, I think that's an artist's job, is not to fix a problem, but shed light on it and give you food, and just vomit upon you their art.
Yeah, exactly. And
you walk away. It's what you do after.
Exactly.
So I think it's important to acknowledge like we all play a different role in this discussion that Kendrick just put a spotlight on. You know?
And that is something that I think is missing in the world of hip hop, because we love the hardy songs. We definitely want to bang it in the club and stuff like that. But those songs that would make you think, that you have to sit back. And that's why I still love his album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, because when I sat back yesterday listening to some of the songs on that album, I could relate to it in some shape or form. And just the stories about Mama Isoba, the story about his uncle becoming, you know, in the transitioning, that kind of thing. Things like that, that deals with our everyday life. You hear it in his albums. That is why it's so beautiful that people are actually listening and saying, you know what, who is this Kendrick guy? You know, whether they like it or love it, he forced them to listen. And even before we go, there was a guy that I watched who is not a Kendrick fan. And he ended up listening to one of his albums, one of the older albums. And I think it's Good Kid, Mad City. And there was one song that came up, and the guy was literally crying, saying, oh my God, this is one of his best. So there is something about Kendrick that people try to ignore or want to, they want to deny, but you cannot deny greatness. So kudos to Kendrick for an amazing Super Bowl. And I am so proud of you for hounding me for us to talk about this on the show, because I was looking at her like, what the hell?
Well, I mean, like, I feel perfectly comfortable talking about things I know nothing about.
Exactly. And I was just like, it's just the seriousness. And when she came to me and like, I need to talk to you, I was looking at her like, what in the...
Well, because this is the thing that I love so much. Art cannot be duplicated. Soul cannot be duplicated. We might be like unearthing movies that we liked before and trying to redo them and stuff. No. An original is an original is an original, and this is something that was totally original, and it excites me. Because I'm like, more people, please speak up, use your art, use your platform, and like get people thinking. That's all I can
people will listen. So thank you so much for joining us in this episode. We'll definitely see you again in another episode. Until then, have a great day.
Have a great one.